Hopefully you guys could hear me and see me. Welcome back to another episode of Business Talks. I am your host, Chawanne Burns. In today's episode, we are going to talk about your girl, Tiffany Henyard. Tiffany Henyard had an unsanctioned, board meeting. We talked yesterday that the trustees decided to cancel the board meeting and hold it for next Thursday. And unfortunately, Tiffany Henyard could not wait to next Thursday. Even though that she didn't have a quorum, she decided to hold the board, or I guess hold a meeting anyway and appoint a new administrator, which has not been approved. And I hear she appointed a lawyer too, which has not been approved by the Board of Trustees. So we're going to take a look at some of that video in regards to that meeting. Also, Tim Walz, this is breaking. It just ran across my news feed. Breaking, Tim Walz is being subpoenaed because of massive fraud in Minnesota. They're saying something about the food. When they supply the kids the food meals through the schools, they're saying that it's a massive fraud going on in Minnesota. So we're going to take a look at that. I believe it has something to do with the COVID funds. And you know how they were giving free food for the kids throughout these last 2 years, or last 3 years, I believe. So anyway, we're going to take a look at that all on another episode of Business Talk. So you guys stay tuned.
Something like this. Looks a little bit like I can't miss. Hey, this is what you call a bad. What? This is what you call a bad. Looks a little something like this. Looks a little bit like I can't miss. Hey, this is what you call a bad. What? This is what you call a bad. That's right.
Okay, you guys put in the chat. Let me know that you could hear me and see me. Yesterday, if my mic is too loud, yesterday I was talking online with some other people on X, and they said they couldn't hear me, so I turned my mic like really loud. I turned my mic like really, really loud. Okay, so we're going to start with our first story of the hour. Actually, I was planning to talk about Tim Walz anyway, because I came across this on my X feed. If you guys are not following me on Twitter, you want to make sure you do that. A lot of times, if I'm talking about something, I will post it here on Twitter. And it's something that, I will post, maybe 5-10 times a day on Twitter. So follow me on Twitter. Let me see if I can share this. Okay, there I am. Okay, yeah, so it's under Chawanne B. So if you're an X user, you don't have to set up a separate profile. If you're not an X user, please don't go through the rigmarole of setting up another profile. But anyway, if you are a Twitter user, just follow me there. Okay, so yeah, I was planning to talk about Tim Walz anyway, and a little bit about Kamala Harris anyway, until I ran across this one breaking news about this subpoena. And he's being subpoenaed by a House committee, the Education House Committee. Okay, so what I was wanting to share with you in regards to Tim Walz, this is breaking news as well. This came out earlier today. This is Tim Walz's family. Remember yesterday, one of his brothers was like, yeah, I wouldn't trust Tim Walz with with him making rules or being the leader of the United States of America. Of course, he has Kamala over him, but if something happens to Kamala, then we're stuck with Tim Walz. And we know Tim Walz does not have a good track record of managing his state, okay? He's a Somalian empathizer, I guess, a terrorist empathizer, because he really, I guess, loves the Somalians that took over his state because he changed the flag to resemble Somalia. So he changed the flag when BLM was protesting and burning shit down during the George Floyd riots. He called these people, peaceful protesters, which they were not, because they burnt down the damn police department. And they also, we don't know, they never would give us a count or a tally of people, how many people was injured or killed during the George Floyd riot. We know there's about maybe $1 billion worth of property damage throughout the nation that, these businesses will never recover from the George Floyd riot. So he decided to let people wreak havoc, loot, burn down stores, and did not call upon the National Guard. Okay. He decided, he doesn't need the National Guard. He wanted the city to burn down. I guess he's a domestic terrorist, a sympathizer as well. So his family came out and said, we're not supporting Walz, Timmy Tampon Walz. They're going to support Donald Trump. And it's really telling because, we in the black culture, we would call this Medea, the eldest one in the family. She's front and center. Usually the eldest one in the family is going to tell you, no, I do not approve that message. I'm not doing it. And you shouldn't do it either. But grandma's in the picture. Medea's in the picture and saying, hey, we're supporting Donald Trump. So that should tell you a lot about Tim Walz. Why doesn't his family, I don't know how many people he has in his family, but I know he has a sister and the older brother, and his younger brother passed away. But why doesn't he have other support throughout his family? One could only speculate. Now, we could say that, that's the same for John F. Kennedy or Robert F. Kennedy. None of his family support him. But we never seen this shirt. We never seen these shirts put on. They never don any shirts saying, oh, we're supporting Kamala Harris in the group photo. No, they're not going to do it because some of Robert F. Kennedy actually support him. Some of his family support him. Some of Donald Trump has some naysayers in his family. I think his sister wrote a big book about him when he was in office in 2016. I believe her name is Mary Trump. She doesn't support him. But Donald Trump has a very big family. You don't see none of his family doing this shit. So this is a telltale sign about this upcoming wanting or future, I guess, hopes of administration to lead the free world. Okay, Kamala Harris as well. She was at the DNC. All her family was supposed to be there, but you all only saw the mom side of the family. You didn't see her father or anything like that supporting, or let's say her black side of the family. Her black side of the family was nowhere to be found. She only showed her Indian side of the family. And, a lot of people probably will give me shit in the comments like, she ain't black. She don't get no black side of the family. Her daddy is, I guess he has an Irish blood, even though he was, I guess you could say he's Jamaican, but his ancestors are from Irish and they are slave owners. Okay. We know that these are slave owners. Anyway, so that's what I originally wanted to talk about in regards to Tim Walz. Then I came about or came across this feed. This is saying the House of Education Committee subpoenas Walz over Minnesota nonprofits COVID-19 frauds. It says the House Education Workforce Committee on Wednesday issued a subpoena against Minnesota Governor Tim Walz, the Democratic vice presidential nominee, over a nonprofit in his state that has been charged with defrauding the government during the COVID-19 pandemic. The Minnesota-based Feeding Our Future has been accused of misusing $250 million in taxpayers' funds that was meant to go to hungry children. The federal government has charged more than 70 people associated with this nonprofit, and 5 of them have been convicted of fraud. The group allegedly submitted the names of fake children receiving free meals during the pandemic. Does this say Tim Walz was a part of this fraud? We don't know, because to get this $250 million is part of the American Rescue Plan Act. Okay. That's, and they, divvied the funds up between the states. And now, right now, each state and each city that received these funds, they have to, submit their reports on, I believe, on a quarterly or 6 months basis, or even a year, to see how they spent those funds. And of course, hey, I spent $250 million feeding kids. Okay, we need to see some type of documentation, prove that you fed these kids. So they submitted fake names. Now, and to receive these funds have to be board approved. You have to submit an application, and somebody up the pipeline will have to say, yes, we're going to approve this application for this nonprofit. I.e., it could be the governor. It could be the governor. We don't know. It says a Minnesota-based program. So who's behind it? We don't know. But it says the group allegedly submitted the names of fake children. Let me just enlarge this. For free meals, and Education Chair Virginia Fox issued subpoena against Walz, Minnesota Commissioner of Education Willie Jett, U.S. Agriculture Secretary Tom Vislak, and Agriculture Inspector General Phyllis Fong. Statements in the press by you or your representative indicate that you and other executive officers were involved or had knowledge of MDE's administration of the Federal Child Nutrition Program and responsibilities and actions regarding the massive fraud. So they're saying that you had knowledge of this fraud. The governor was given up to until September the 18th to provide documents and the requested information to the committee. So of course the Hill reached out for a response, and they're waiting for a response. Well, we know based off of Tim Walz's track record, he likes to lie. If he likes to lie about serving in the military, which he did serve in the military, he was on the National Guard for 20-something years, but he lied about going to war. So if you lie about something as simple as that, and you don't need to lie, people still will say thank you for your service because you did 25 years. So if you lie something about so minuscule of being in war versus, hey, I served in the National Guard, never was drafted or went to war, you could lie about $250 million. So people will say Tim Walz is no worse than the counterpart, our president Donald Trump. But yeah, he's proven that he's way worse than President Donald Trump. Okay. So you guys put in the chat, let me know what you think. I can't be on line for long because I have a meeting at 2:30, but I just wanted to share that story with you. Let's see who we have in the chat. Thank you for tuning in, Winnie. Winnie is tuning in. I believe she is from Netherlands. I believe that's what she said last time. But thank you for tuning in, Winnie. Winnie is saying, what a disgrace that an illegal meeting, criminal Tiffany Henyard and criminal lawyer, she knew the meeting was on the other by the trustees, more fake police as people, and talks against to her, again, to her own Meryl. Okay, yes. Henry Santos tuning in from Pontiac, Michigan. What up, though? Thank you for tuning in. Get Noticed with Nikki here from Chicago. Hey, sis. Hey, fam. Thank you for tuning in. We have a super chat. And thank you for the $2.49. I believe this is euros. I don't know what kind of money is over there, but I believe that's a euro sign. I really appreciate you. We have Michael Macho from Chicago. Gary Williams, blessings from Los Angeles, California. Bob Long, good morning, my bud. Good morning to you. Holland, I don't know why I forget. I have somebody else that tunes in from the Netherlands, and it slips my mind. I'll come up because they always tune in. But anyway, thank you, Winnie. Holland, I will remember that. Bob Long said, see, Chawanne Burns, you look marvelous. Thank you. Thank you. We have Mashia, Unreal. Evelyn, how your family personally feels has nothing to do with you. I'm not even sure why is this even a story. I'm here for the Tiffany saga. Okay. Okay, Evelyn, I guess you told me. I guess you told me. Yeah, you're right. But I think it does. I think it says something. If you're applying for the highest office of the land, I do think it says something about how your family feels about you. Because usually if your family, even if they're on the outs with you, if you did something wrong to slight them, the highest office of the land, or the second highest office of the land, they usually try to rally their support around you. So I think it does says something, is something to that. So we have Joseph Young. Joseph Young is tuning in. Thank you for tuning in, Joseph. We have Lexi. Lexi, thank you for dropping by. We'll see you on the other side. Anthony Hood, what up, though? Tuning in from 313. George Smith, first time in your live. I like your content. Indianapolis, Indiana, in the house. Thank you for tuning in. Joseph said, no matter where I'm in Detroit, my love state. Will Diggy, West Texas in the house. Thank you. West Texas, howdy to you. Is that how you talk down in West Texas? Howdy, neighbor. I obliged to see you. No, I'm just joking. I'm just making up words. Kennard the DJ. Kennard the DJ, what is good? It's always good to see you. Tony Joy, it's good to see you, Tony. Tony says, hi, Chawanne and everyone. Yes, you look marvelous. I'm glad I caught your live. I am glad that you caught my live as well. Mr. C12, salute to you. I really appreciate every single last one of you for tuning in. And we also have Anthony Chap from Sacramento, California is in the house. Okay, and Rihanna, almost miss you. Pensacola, Florida. Thank you everyone for tuning in. We're going to get to our main story of the hour, and that's your girl Tiffany Henyard. Tiffany Henyard. Let me plug up my laptop real quick before it go dead. Oh, it's already over here. My bad. My bad. Main story of the hour. We have Tiffany Henyard on the chopping block. Tiffany Henyard, she I guess she wanted to, show her power because she came in all dressed up with her lashes on, makeup on, her face was dead, and she wanted to tell everybody, I'm still here to stay. God appointed me. God put me in this position. So she brought all her fake people. The people that was fired that was there. Andrew Holmes. Andrew Holmes, that should be locked up right now. He was there. Her two-bit attorney. I guess she's appointing him and he's a criminal attorney. Why would he be the village attorney? So this is why I say Tiffany, she don't have any she don't have no damn sense. Why would you say, hey, we're going to make him our attorney? This is the guy. This guy over here. We're going to make him our attorney. And he doesn't have experience in this type of thing. He's a criminal lawyer. Okay, I believe isn't this the same lawyer that represented R. Kelly in his charges? He ended up going to jail, but this is the same guy. And then they said he has several complaints of misconduct against this attorney. Okay, so this is the start of the meeting. Shout out to Critical Smoker. He's a YouTuber that actually streamed it live. So that's where this video footage is coming from. If you guys don't follow him on his channel, let me just put his link in the stream. Put his link in the stream. Anyway, so this is the start of the meeting.
We have to make sure there's no findings or judgments on the property before we can provide them with the transfer stamp. So I did get a reply back from them on that. And then we were working with our housing email, and we had a clerk. On all of our clerks are cross-trained, our housing department clerks.
I want to go back because I believe this is William Moore speaking, the guy that was actually laid off.
Citizens.
You guys put in the chat, let me know if you could hear it okay. It's kind of low though.
Next, we have housing. We have William Moore.
Good afternoon, Mayor, trustees, and to our precious citizens. I actually don't have a report, Mayor. Because typically, I would generate that report through my viewpoint. And if I could, for the record, I just want to share with our citizens as of August the 8th, they have removed my email address and all accesses to systems that we utilize in the housing department that generates income. And I reached out on August the 8th to our IT department and asked them, hey, my email has been deactivated, and can you reactivate it? His reply back to me, and I quote, Will, I'm sorry, please refer to the village administrator in regard to this matter. I didn't hear back from him. I sent him numerous emails to HR, and I heard back on August the 22nd. I was asking him, because he indicated also that his attorney told him not to reply to me. and I asked him to send over to me, the letter that your attorney gave you that direction. And he didn't do that. And so I told him that this is disrupting the services that we provide our citizens, because on average, our department, we generate on average a month about $92,000 to $100,000 in revenue for the village, as well as my viewpoint allows for us to go in to iDrop, which is a Illinois debt recovery offset portal that I get in the emails, and each week we generate about $2,000 to $3,000. So a month we can generate at least $10,000 from that. So I'm not able to go into that particular system and actually request for us to receive those revenues. And we also have DACRA system, which Ms. Kim Austin also works with code enforcement. We actually reached out to them on August the 19th and informed them that we don't have access to DACRA system to go in and.
Do you guys understand why this is wrong? Why is he even here? You were fired, dude. Leave. You were fired. And then you have the audacity to send emails saying, oh, I don't have access to the system. Well, can you read? You were terminated. You were on the list of termination. So you shouldn't have access to the system. You're talking about we generated revenues. No, there is no we. There's no we in this. You were fired. Your services are no longer needed. Tiffany Henyard needs to stop this. This is madness. Why are they even showing up? I know, she has the power. She has the will and the power to appoint the fire chief. And I guess this is the fill-in police chief, if he even passed the exam. But she has the power in her hands to do that. If I was Stan Brown, I wouldn't have came to that meeting. Then you had these other people. Yeah, she has the power to fire them. So yeah, I could see them showing up. But William Moore, he was fired. You need to just respect the authority of the trustees. You ran amok in their checking account and they're in a deficit. And this fool is talking to whoever, these people that decided to show up, talking to them and saying that, yeah, we're generating revenues, but there's no we. There is no we in this. It doesn't make any sense.
To see which tickets owed when residents are conveying property, we have to make sure there's no fines, liens, or judgments on the property before we can provide them with the transfer stamp. So I did get a reply back from them on that. And then we were working with our housing email, and we had a clerk, and all of our clerks are cross-trained. Our housing department clerks, they know how to do permits, and our permits clerks know how to do housing. So the clerk who was actually assisting with answering those emails for housing, her email was deactivated. I asked her to reach out to the IT team, and as of today, I checked with her before she left today, and she had not got a reply back from the IT team. And I just want to read you an email, or text rather, that came back from the IT director when he finally did reply back. I asked him, I let him know that these clerks need these systems so that we can purge them to make sure we're replying to all of our citizens' emails and concerns. He replied back in the text and said, well, please refer this issue to the decision makers. I am stuck between a rock and a hard place. I have no authority to make any decisions. So I told him, okay, then who can I speak to, or who can you speak to give me that okay? He said, reach out to the trustees. Now, I've never reached out to a trustee since I've been here to ask about anything day-to-day. They've never reached out to me and asked anything as relates to day-to-day. So I don't understand why he would direct me to speak to the trustees when they're not responsible. Obviously, they're irresponsible because they don't know the kind of revenue that we're missing as a result of removing these particular systems. So Mayor, I'm constantly, just waiting. We're constantly serving our citizens, and I'll just leave you with this. The trustees haven't allowed for us to even generate receipts, which are housing receipts that we write for tickets so they can pay for these tickets. We have to make copies because they haven't paid for us to be able to get these receipts. So we've worked around it to make copies so that we can give this to people who have tickets, various tickets, and also be able to convey properties such as it sales and straight sales. But I'm going to leave you with this and let you know, well here, let me give you this one as well. The My Viewpoint system allows for us to put in payments to our plumbing inspector as a contractor. So I can't go into that system and to put in his invoices for work he's already done, and he's done at least 30 inspections for us, and I can't go into that system and pay him, who actually goes out and inspect our rough inspections and everything related to plumbing. And so I don't know how, we're going to get access to that, but we'll find a workaround. But I want to leave you with this, and we got a letter, and this is just what I believe is God letting us know, don't give up. So may I read this, if you allow me to, a letter of appreciation that came into our department. And I just want to read this. It says, Dear Village of Dalton Housing Department, I am writing this letter to express my deepest gratitude and appreciation for the wonderful service that I received from your office recently. I'm a resident of the block of, and they gave me their address. I don't want to give that. And we have been facing an ongoing problem of garbage in the alley for quite some time. To be honest, I did not expect much when I visited your office, as my past experiences with government services has been less than satisfactory. However, to my surprise, from the moment I walked in, everyone was wonderful, and there was so much positive energy. I was especially moved when someone in your office said, Sir, I know you don't want to see that garbage when you get home. That showed me that you care about the residents of your village and are willing to go above and beyond to make our lives better. Within a week of my visit, the garbage was removed, to the credit of Public Works, thanks Stacy and working in the department to get those things done, as well as with Mr. DeMarcus Quigley, who's a supervisor there. I cannot express how much that meant to me. It touched my heart and showed me that there are still people who care about their community and are willing to take action to make things better. I would like to extend my thanks to Mayor Tiffany Henyard, William Moore, Kim Austin, and everyone else in your office who helped to resolve this issue. Although I did not get a business card from everyone, please know that I appreciate each and every one of you for your hard work and dedication. Once again, thank you so much for your outstanding service. Your efforts have made a significant difference in our community, and I'm grateful for all that you do. Sincerely, and they signed this. What that tells me is that we're doing a great job for our citizens, and the trustees have made a decision to disrupt those services that we offer for our citizens. So Mayor, I just want to put that on the record. Thank you so much for your leadership. Thank you so much for your support.
There is no record. You don't have the clerk there. So this meeting is just you trying to have a formal meeting, but it's not a formal meeting. Put a 1 in the chat. Do you think William Moore had his friend write this letter so he can look good? Or Tiffany Henyard? Tiffany Henyard said, "Oh, write me a letter of appreciation." You guys put a 1 in the chat. Do you think this letter is real? A 1 for no, this letter is real. Tiffany and her friends wrote this letter. A 2, yes, it's absolutely real. This is a real letter. We got another super chat in the building. Another super chat in the building. Shannon AZ, thank you. Tiffany Henyard is an absolute shit show. Shit or chit. This is a chit show. I got to pronounce it with the CH because my name is a CH and I pronounce it with a sh. Shit show. You're absolutely right. But this is I'm going to start writing my shit words like this because you can avoid the bots. Anyway. But I just want to highlight. Shannon says this is artificial intelligence. Wrote the letter. She got it off of Chat GPT. She got it off of Chat GPT. Oh. Kennard is saying, I'm certain there's a bunch of single women in Dalton. They don't even want to take out their own garbage or pay for groceries. Stop doing the single ladies like that. I remember a long time ago, this is before I started dating my husband. The test was, I would actually come, if you wanted to quote unquote date me, the test was for me. Was my test. I would invite you over. Hey, yeah, you could come over. You don't have to spend no money. You could come over. I'll cook for you. People that I knew, kind of. I'll cook for you a dinner and I will leave the garbage full purposely. And if they leave and don't take out the trash, I would never talk to them again. I would never talk because I'm not taking off the trash. I'm just not doing it. So you're absolutely right, Kennard. We don't want to take out a true lady does not take out the trash, okay? Oh my goodness. Yeah, so William Moore is there illegally. Look, I want to make sure. I'll probably text Jason House and I think I got Tammy Brown's number. Some of the trustees. I'm gonna text them. Make sure you guys have um the police there. So next meeting, escort these Negroes out. This is illegal appointment. Escort these Negroes out. They don't have a right to be there. Tiffany thinks she is the town dictator. She's the queen, and she's not. You have to follow the rules just like everybody else.
And we're going to do everything that we can to continue.
And William Moore is taking up a bunch of time and he ain't even getting paid. Like, you don't even work for the village no more. And look, he talked for about 15, 20 minutes.
You to service our residents because this letter lets me know that our work is not in vain. Thank you. That is my report.
Thank you so much. As you can see, Kim and also Will, both of their emails have been shut down here in our village, and they cannot run their departments. It saddens my heart.
Oh my God. So Kim, you was fired too, the dog person, the dog handler. You was fired and you still showing up and you know you're not going to get paid. You was terminated. What happens when you are on the job and they terminate you? They immediately call security to make sure you don't steal any items from your desk. And you're walked out, escorted out with a box. That's what normally happens. And if they like you, they don't, if it wasn't bad blood, if you was terminated, but if you was terminated unexpectedly, yeah, it would be bad blood. But, sometimes okay, go get your stuff, meet me back in this lobby in 2 minutes. They take your badge and or they tell you to leave everything on the keyboard, and then they walk you out. Why are these people, and why are these people still showing up, and why do they still have access to the buildings, the administration buildings? This doesn't make any sense.
Because they didn't have a plan. They just came in and started attacking. And that's what we mean by political attacks, political retaliation towards individuals that do the day-to-day. What people don't understand is the legislative branch, which is the Board of Trustees, they do not run the day-to-day operation. So while they're trying to impede on the duties of the executive branch, which is normally the village administrator and trickles down, it's sad because they cannot get access to an email, let alone myself, and I'm the mayor of the town. I don't even have access to my own email. So these are the little petty fights that we have that can spill over to national media. And it's sad because you would think people would want to do what's right and want people to have access to everything in their village. As I stated before, I ran for this seat and won this seat. Yes, by 82% of the vote. And when I won this seat, I took over in 2021. And from there, it's like people getting made up on how they wanted to handle.
And since then, you've been stealing money. And she mentioned she received 82% of the vote, and she doesn't tell you only 3,000 people showed up to vote. 3,100 to be exact. About 3,189, I think the number was. Out of a town that's, I think they have a population of 22,000. We could say maybe they probably have 10,000 registered voters there. We'll just say half of the people are registered to vote. So they had a low voter turnout, and she's touting that she won by 82%.
Myself, in 2 weeks into becoming the mayor, get sworn in, I was faced with decisions by the Board of Trustees, and it's the four that I always speak of, saying that they want to control me. They wanted me to do certain things that I wasn't willing to do. They then initiated a recall on me. I had to fight that. They then initiated going and hijacking the bank account. I told y'all about that. These are all the things that happened while in the seat. And these are people that I got across the finish line. People that never, ever, ever won a seat ever. They ran for office several different times and never won. So all I'm saying to you guys is wake up, pay attention, do your research on everybody. Can't you just, I want to research the mayor, Research everybody, then you'll understand the fight. You'll understand why things is the way it is. Because when we took over, we came to clean up the village of Dawson. People been waiting on trees to get cut, alleys to get paid, streets to get paid, sidewalks to get paid. Whereas they had to pay 50% just.
From what we know that $561,000 check wasn't for the village. It was for the block that her and her mama live on. She cleaned up the block that her family lives on. Everybody else, and we could go back to the video, Tiffany act like we can't go back to residents' open comments. And I think this was last month. The resident was saying that everybody else block looked nice past a certain street, and she lives past a certain street, and it looks like a shithole. Like nobody lives over there because they haven't cleaned up that block or that area that she lives in.
Sidewalk. What they do that? The reason why I say it is you can't take the sidewalk with you. It don't add value to your house. But yet you had to pay 50%. So if the bill was $5,000, you had to pay $2,500. No one does that in any other city, but Dalton was doing that. These are different things that we had to clean up when I got here.
No. I own the property in Warren, Michigan. Actually, I bought this property and they didn't do the proper title search on the property. And they charged me $9,000 to fix the sidewalk. What the hell is she talking about? They do it everywhere. The city try to get the property owners to pay for sidewalks too. If they can do it. If they can, that's what they're trying to do. I mean, you might say, oh, where they doing that at? But you haven't been everywhere. They do it in Michigan. Like I said, I could show you my bill, $9,900. They trying to get me to pay. And I've been on the phone with the city of Warren. They said, oh, I owe $9,818 on this property because they decided to fix the sidewalk. They fixed the sidewalk right before I bought the property. And they stuck me with the bill. If you own the property, then they'll try to get you to pay it. So what are you talking about, Tiffany? You acting like you the saver. There's no free lunch. Okay? Everyone knows if you own the property, is some type of cost associated with it. Now, paving the sidewalk is a little extreme. City of Warren. Like, that's a little extreme. But, there's easements, there's other encroachments or whatever you want to call it. But there's if the pipes fail in the street and it messes up your system and you got to get a pipe that costs $10,000 to get to hook back up to the city main system, you have to pay for it. And it could have been something that they caused, but you still have to burden that cost. So what are you talking about, Tiffany? Stop trying to give people money away. You're acting like this is your money. That's what she's acting. She acts as if somebody said she has a rich boyfriend and he's giving her a blank check, and she's running a nonprofit organization. No, taxpayers they want to be fairly treated. Of course, they don't want to pay high ass taxes, and they don't want to be burdened with the cost of this frivolous stuff like your campaign funds. You have your picture everywhere. They don't want to pay for that. They want to pay for good city services. They want to dial 911 and the police shows up, legitimate police officers show up, and they want to, if they dial, I think Chicago is 411 for emergencies or 511 for the fire department. Hey, if they dial those numbers, they want the proper people to show up on time. That's what people are paying for. They not paying for to get just because you're in a deficit and they park in a parking lot and you guys go around and give out $500 tickets. They don't want to do that. And I'm pretty sure if they block is messed up and the city comes and say, oh, we're going to pay half and you have to be responsible for half. Hell, if my block been messed up for 10 years, okay, I wouldn't have a problem with doing that. Oh, our block is on a dirt road. Either your taxes will go up to fix that, to pave that dirt road or fix the street. Your taxes will go up. Or they could say, here's a bill. You're responsible for this amount. Like, come on. This is your section of the street. Here's your bill. Either way, they're going to pay for it. Unless you cut something else out. Okay, we're not going to go up on your taxes, but we're going to have to cut this part out. And, this is going to be minimized. That's the way it works. But Tiffany doesn't understand that.
And when I got here, we moved really fast. And what I mean by that is, when they got a complaint, I told them, please make sure you take care of the residents. All they care about is service, because they've been neglected for so many years. And as I stated before, I grew here. Everybody else grew here. So when people come here thinking they got an opinion of my city, you're mistaken. Because I grew up here when it was strictly white. Now it's majority black. So all I'm saying to you is it's been a big change, a big difference, and I still want to uplift my community, and I want to grow my community. But I will not be bullied. I will not be assaulted. I will not be so many words that I want to say that I ain't gonna say.
I will not be saddle ass, assassination, character assassination. So many words I want to say. You can't even take her serious. She was serious and now she's smiling. Because she's a joke. Why are you smiling? If somebody was accusing me stealing the $7 million and I was under FBI investigation, I'll be coming in screaming all the damn time. I'll be literally Tiffany Henyard. Y'all ain't gonna take me to jail. Oh, hell no. Let me find my R. Kelly video. So I'll be coming in just like that.
Now fighting back and taking our community back. And it starts with us as the people. Because at the end of the day, guys, we are the ones that have to live here. We are the ones that gotta go to the city. We are the ones that gotta make the change and be the example of the change. Because our youth are watching what we do today. And if we don't change it, it will never, ever, ever change. But we have to band together and unify our community. That's why I stated in the beginning of this, just stay tuned, because I am going to do a state of address to my city, to my village, to my community, to the residents. Because there's a lot of things that you guys need to know that you probably don't even know about. Because there's so much clickbait, there's so much negativity, there's so much misinformation. It's now time to clear up the misinformation. And in doing so, I'm going to make sure I have a calm, collective atmosphere like this. Because just pay attention to who bring all the drama to your community. Where all the hecklers that's normally in the crowd, they're not here today. Where everybody that got something to say, when everybody up here talking, giving their opinion. That's how you know everybody got plants in the audience. Because now today we can talk to you and you can hear us. The whole thing is making sure that you can hear what each side has to say. It should not have to always be chaos or a show. That's why the media is here 24/7. Because it's a show, which they make money off of. Don't get me wrong, they make money off views. And so do the YouTubers. So all I'm saying to you guys is now, band with your mayor, stand with your mayor, and let's do what's right and rebuild our community. Let's show them that we can bring it all together, and we don't have to wait till something bad happens for us to say, hey, you know what, enough is enough. We're going to take a stand today, we're going to make it right. That's all I want. Next, I ain't forget about you, I see you back there. Next, we're going to do Ron, the engineer, he'll get his report, and then we will go forward to the time.
Tiffany needs to shut up.
Good evening, Mayor, trustees, department heads, and residents from the Village of Dalton.
Look at that! Find your new Feliz Cumpleaños vibe at Saks. We've been married 10 years. I'm Fran.
Right now, we're working on several infrastructure projects throughout the village. We're almost finished, about 90% completed with the 16-inch water main replacement project. That's right behind the old Village Hall. Project was partially funded, $700,000 by a Cook County block grant. The other project that we're doing, it's a $1.8 million project. That is 154th Street from Dorchester to Park Avenue or MLK Junior Drive. That project, the signs are already up, detour signs, construction happening soon. That project will start Wednesday, September 11th, and that project will be finished by the end of the construction season. That's all I have, and I'll entertain any questions that you may have this evening, Mayor.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. And Board of Trustees, if you guys want to make any statements or comments before I continue?
Yeah, may I be recognized? You know what I would like to just say to the community? Read, look outside your homes, see what has changed since this administration took place. I mean, you be the judge, you be the jury. Don't jump to assume that everything is wrong and don't. Look around your home, you be the choice. Don't let no one
Who is that? Andrew Holmes?
force you into voting this way or believing anything or believing statements or believing things that happen. Secure your home, secure your family. Come out and help this village move forward. I mean, you see the progress that has been done. You know, people talk about what's going on Greenwood, what's going on in the village development. I mean, what are you putting into it? I mean, if you can see that we're trying to grow, if you can see that the concrete has been laid.
This is really disgusting. This is really disgusting. You got a accused sexual offender or SA offender. I can't say sexual, I guess, on YouTube. But you got a accused SA offender on speaking. Any other time when everybody else is there, you're gone. You're not there. And now you want to show up like nothing happened. This is sickening. And she's looking like, oh, somebody's standing up for me. What kind of person is Tiffany? I wouldn't want him to speak on my behalf. This is disgusting.
And you see the progress that's been going on. You see the children are happy out there. You see they coming out playing. People talking about, you know, the basketball court. They got a ball in their hand. They don't have a gun. And my hat goes off to those fathers that I see out there sometime early in the morning or late at night in the evening. They have opportunity to spend with the children right on the basketball court and engage with other fathers and engage with other children and playing. I mean, the ice rink. Why should they leave here and go somewhere else? I mean, people complain about that. Is it making money? Is it making revenue? It's saving a life. Why are you depending on a dollar? And you're talking about the ice rink. At least the children and the seniors can come out and enhance the quality of their life. Stop worrying about what revenue is coming in at the ice rink. Look how many children are skating. Look how many adults are skating instead of being transported to the medical examiner's office. There has not been an incident over there where you have a gang fight over there, or people fighting over there. You see people enjoying life. You see music. You know, I take my hats off. You know, you have to follow the protocol. You know, the mayor's the mayor, and we're getting it done, and we're growing, and you see things are going. Don't criticize. I mean, if you want to make change, and you want some change to the structure and things that are happening in this village, not only in this village, but throughout the state of Illinois, contribute. Just come out. Give us your idea. There's no big eyes, no little U's. Just give us your idea of what you might like to see. You want restaurants. You know, you see structure coming up on Sibley. I mean, they're complaining about that. For what? Once you get off the highway, it's going to be a beautiful sight to have a place.
Oh my God. So you're an idiot too. They're complaining about the construction of Sibley is because Tiffany is putting money from the village of Dalton into this liquor emporium, this banquet hall, and they did not approve that. That's why Tiffany is being indicted. On the subpoena, they was questioning about the property on Sibley. Kamal Bell's old property. That's where they're building that big structure. So what are you saying? This dude needs to shut the hell up.
To go sit down and enjoy yourself instead of going outside of here. Stop worrying about what's being paid. Is where the income is coming in to build structure here. Everybody wants to live in a beautiful sound area. We don't have to go farther out the country club fields. We don't have to go out, you know, out west. We don't have to go downtown Chicago. If you're gonna complain, build up your own city. Stop talking negative. And I agree with it. You know, yeah, it's hit news, national news. Guess what? The residents are still living there and they're strong. And I say it's Dalton strong. I mean, you see concrete there. You see what's been laid there. You plant a seed, grow a rose, and that's what's been happening. You want to talk to somebody, ask those children and those families that's out there when they're skating out there on that ice, how they enjoying their life. Stop and ask those fathers and mothers how they enjoying their life. You know, we got a lot of fathers out here, and I've spoken with a lot of them that don't even stay out here in Dalton, but they come out here to visit their children. You want somebody to take a hold to their son, and they take their son right over there and play ball with him. I mean, basketball is not everything, and it's not a career, but you know what? The love of spending time with your father and your daughter right there, and you ain't got to go far, it says a whole lot. And that thanks to a whole lot. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Trustee,
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. a shame that we're here without the rest of our team. But what I would like to say, Mayor and the 6 trustees, we need to get it together because this is unfair to the residents. We got to find a way to make it happen. We can't keep going through this here, missing need, people walk down the need, not showing up. I had no idea that the meeting was canceled. I didn't find out until I got up here, and I'm looking at the crowd, and it looked like the word must have gotten out there some kind of way that there was going to be a meeting. It's totally unfair. We had the residents in the middle of this. It can't come out.
I highly doubt that I forget what this guy's name is. His last name is Brown, right? I highly doubt that he didn't know that the meeting was canceled.
Mayor, trustees, we have to find a way to get together. I'm looking forward to being with Jennifer for us to have an executive session that we can go downstairs and stay down there 2, 3, 4 hours. We need to debate one another. We need to talk. We need to make it happen. And this bad communication that we have, we're not getting anywhere. We're just going in circles. Employees are walking around here on age shit. Don't know what to do, scared to do, scared to talk to anyone. No one want to talk on the phone. We can't get no face to face. Our communication is terrible. So I say it again to all the trustees and to the mayor. We need to get ourselves together. Because right now we are failing as elected officials here at the village of Dalton. Because that's our job. This young man talked a lot about leaders and what leaders do. But when I look at leaders lift up people, not take them down. And we got to make sure we're going to lead. We need to be able to lift up this here village. Thank you.
All right, thank you. For those that don't know, the residents and also the employees are scared due to the actions of the trustees. I just want to clear that up. So he said what he said, but I want to make sure you understand what's going on. Again, they don't run day to day. They snout letters to the staff threatening them about their jobs. That's what the board of trustees have done. I have proof of all of this, but yet they keep up the mess and the tension in our village, and it has to stop. Yeah, it sounds good to say we all should get along and we all should this and that. They know it's election time. If y'all don't understand what's going on right now, it is election time. We are all running in 20.
Tiffany is lying. Of course, the trustees are going to be the bad people because they're the ones that they have to make the tough decisions to decide whether or not to fire people, to go on a hiring freeze, because Tiffany caused this. Okay, when you have $6 million of uncashed checks, and that means people that you owe. This came out of Lori Lightfoot report, $6 million of uncashed checks of approved spending, and they never sent the checks off, and you don't have the money. So we got to find the money somewhere. We have to find the money somewhere, and that means we have to do some cuts. All these really nice vehicles, we got to sell those. They're talking about selling some property and some of the staff. We don't need all the staff that we have. I think they said their staff increased since Tiffany's been there by 30 to 40%. They don't need that much staff. Overtime, just in the police department alone, $1 million of overtime. Well, if we have a deficit of $6 million, then, or I think it's close to $7 million, I think $1 million will help us out in 1 year. We'll be able to, knock off 15% of the debt. So Tiffany is, she's talking as if the trustees are the bad guy. And people, of course, if you're on the receiving end, yeah, this is some bullshit because I didn't sign up for this. I just wanted a job. So yeah, you might think they're the bad guy, but I mean, you have two options with this type of stuff. The city could go under receivership, they could file for bankruptcy, or they could get their house in order. And in order for them to get their house in order, they have to make some cuts. Some serious cuts.
in 25 in February. So everybody got to sit here and pull one down or the other down or say something negative about somebody. Well, because they can't beat me, they have to do a smear campaign. And they're using the news to do it. Because if you could beat me, you wouldn't have any of this going on. Because when I ran against Riley Rogers, Bill Shaw, Trustee Holmes was in it as well. I didn't use any of this. I just ran for the seat. I didn't go and try to destroy anybody. All I did was run for the seats, and that's what everybody should do. But they're utilizing all these different outlets to try to overcome your super mayor, because I am the people's mayor, and I am the one that always is visible and is on the street. That is me. It's always has been me. I'm gonna always feed your family. I'm gonna always play with your kids. I'm gonna always uplift them. I'm always pass the baton, and I'm always gonna encourage them to say, hey, if I can do it, you can do it. And for those that don't understand or don't think it can't happen, I always say this: me today, you tomorrow. This ain't nothing but a playbook for somebody else in another community to go through what we going through, because they think it's the right thing and it's not. It's wrong. No mayor would allow a board of trustees to come and overtake their office, and I'm not going to stand for it. And therefore, that's why you see me with attorneys, and that's why you see me appointing today the people that I see fit to help me get back control of my village, help me make sure that the residents nor the employees are afraid to come to work, because people are afraid to talk to people. They want to say put things in emails, but normally we talk to people. We're not a robot. You normally communicate with each other as relates to that department of what's needed for the resident, whether it's go cut the grade.
You're lying, Tiffany. Keith Freeman, now he's the ops, okay? He's working for the FBI, and he has not been fired from the village. This is why you cannot hire this girl that's sitting here. I'm assuming that's what the announcement is going to be. Keith Freeman, he used to terrorize everyone in the village. So you're saying send out emails? No, he was there to terrorize people off of your order. This fool, this guy, the attorney, the 2-bit attorney, is going to start lying for Tiffany. You know, he's a lawyer, so he's going to start lying. And he's going to say something to the effect, yeah, Tiffany was operating, she hired Keith Freeman because he said he knew what he was doing, but he really didn't. He didn't have any experience, and she was taking advice from him. But Tiffany, you were a trustee for 8 years, and you used to give Mayor Riley a bunch of crap about his spending and coming up with the receipts, and you did the same thing that Mayor Riley did. Actually, you're 20 times worse than he is, or he was. So this lawyer is claiming, oh, she took advice from Keith Price or Keith Freeman. That's why we're here. No. We're here because of Tiffany Henyard. You have to take ownership. You have to take accountability. Just because you're a woman and I guess you're trying to be docile now, like, oh, I'm a meek and humble lamb. No, I just didn't do it. I was just new. No, you're not new. We don't believe it. The way you bop off at the mouth, we don't believe that crap. It's all because of you that the village is in the state that they're in. And the FBI knows it. So you can say whatever you want to say. The FBI knows it. Most of the residents know it. You know, the residents that you're not feeding or whatever, giving money to, and the businesses that you're not giving kickbacks to, they know it too.
Whether it's pick up branches that they cut down. We stop being human. And that's the problem I have. We have to learn how to love on each other. That's why y'all see me say I love you. There's nothing you can do about it. We have to lead with love. They're forgetting that. That's the big part of this that we're missing. We are a small community. We are a village. It's normally what? A village raising a community. That's how I grew up here in Dawson. All neighbors helped each other. We went over each other's houses. People babysitted you until your parents came home when you got out of school. They helped you with your homework. They fed you. That's what Dawson was about. And all I'm trying to do is bring that love back, because we're missing that. But we can't keep pointing the finger at one person when it's all of us. It's everybody. That's why you want to really hear that state of address. That's why you really want to hear what I have to say. Because there's always two sides to the story. Well, my grandfather and grandma are different. It says three sides. They always say your side, their side, and the truth. But we have to get to that point. You guys are making rash decisions off of one-sided narrative. And the fake news don't make it no better. Because they run with one-sided narrative. And I don't appreciate that because y'all come here, y'all take my clips off of my Facebook, off my social media, off my Instagram. So obviously y'all really follow Super Mayor, y'all really love me because I'm making y'all a ton of money, like y'all here today. And you're gonna go play it, but you're gonna twist it all. And that's what I don't appreciate. Twist everything we say up here. People are telling you what's going on in their departments. Won't you post that? Won't you run that? I've never seen you guys saying a different narrative as relates to what the Board of Trustees are doing. Did you know they have?
You're talking, Tiffany. Yes, we're making money off this video. I can attest. I made plenty of money off of Tiffany Henyard. Did I have to spin any of the narrative? No, you're talking. You're telling us the narrative. You do the majority of talking. So we know you're batshit crazy. And you're a liar. And you're a cheat. You're a thief. So that's nothing to spin with that. Those are just facts because you're telling us that. You always get yourself caught in lies because we could go back to the other videos and see what you said. And then we ask you to show proof, or not us, but the trustees ask you to show proof and you can't never show it. Even with the accountant, the financial lady, Tangenique Miller. She lied in front of her teeth saying they didn't have no more credit cards. You lying. Oh, we paid $60,000 in cash. You lied about that too. So where are you getting the cash from, number one? So yeah, we love your Facebook, Instagram, whatever you post on. We love these type of meetings because we could see that you're lying. And how can you lie so easily to us? And we know, like, you think that we're just like stupid. You think people that's viewing you are just retarded people, and they're not. We could see, we could hear, we could go back. That's why this is called the internet. This is the internet. The internet holds everything.
Like the bank account again? Did y'all know that? Did y'all know they're literally trying to steal money from our village? The Board of Trustees. This ain't me saying something because I don't sit here and just say stuff on people. I talk about things I can prove.
You don't even have any money in the bank account. What are you talking about? You spent all the money. What bank account? What bank account?
That I got receipts for. So all I'm saying to y'all is, wake up, ask questions. Like I said, I thought you guys would do research before you go and just advertise what somebody's opinion is. Y'all don't. Anybody got something negative to say about the village of Dallas, and you guys just air it. And that's not fair to our community. And I would like you to stop. I've asked you guys, I threw out an olive branch, I said let's talk. You guys just don't want to talk because I guess too much money in a negative campaign. So again, I just hope that you guys will see a different side. I hope you will hear a different side and showcase a different side. Next, I'm gonna give the floor to Bo Brindley. He's one of my attorneys, and he's gonna speak as relates to what's going on, so you can get it from a different person than the mayor. Because every time I speak, it's like on deaf ears. So I'll let legal speak to you.
Folks, there have been questions in the news, questions on social media about who we are and what we are doing, why we are here with Mayor Henyard. And I would like to take this opportunity to answer those questions so there can be no doubt. My name is Bo Brindley. Sitting next to me is my associate Edward McDavid. People have called me the mayor's criminal defense attorney. I saw that on the news. But that is incorrect. I do not represent Mayor Tiffany Henyard in a criminal capacity because Mayor Tiffany Henyard is not charged with any crimes. Mayor Tiffany Henyard has not committed any crime. But I will tell you why it is that I've been engaged by the mayor. Mayor Henyard came to see me and asked to engage my office to represent her because Mayor Tiffany Henyard is under attack. Make no mistake about it, Mayor Henyard is under attack.
Stop it. So you're just gonna lie and say, "Oh, we know she hasn't been charged from with the crime because she's not a criminal." Yeah, she is a criminal. Yeah, she is, and she's under criminal investigation. That's why the FBI subpoenaed her and I guess 25 other people that works at the village. They subpoenaed records. Don't know if they got all the records, but they subpoenaed them because they're under a criminal investigation. And you are a criminal attorney. A bad one at that, I guess.
She is under attack by a corrupt board of trustees that believes that they can subvert the will of the people and take over the mayor's office and the mayor's duties without ever winning that election. She is under attack by underhanded political machine attorneys who control this board. That's what's going on. This attack comes in the form of false statements. This attack comes in the form of frivolous lawsuits and unconstitutional recall efforts. This attack comes in the form of outright illegal conduct committed by this board of trustees. Blatant violations of statutes, blatant violations of the village code. Mayor Henyard has hired me to stand up to these people and to help her take back the mayor's office from corrupt influences that threaten it. And that is why we are here, and that is what we intend to do. Let's be clear about a few things. To begin with, when there is a need for a financial evaluation of a municipality, who is the person that you think ought to do such an evaluation? You would think that you would get a forensic accountant with knowledge of accounting principles to give a fair evaluation and tell you the truth. What did the Board of Trustees do? They hired the failed mayor of Chicago, who is notable primarily for financial questions, financial malfeasance, and financial failures in Chicago. They hired that political actor to do the evaluation. When you do that, you're not seeking a fair answer about.
Okay, so do I need to be a forensic accountant to recognize that the village of Dalton is in a whopping $7 million in debt? I don't have an accounting degree, but if you tell me we have $804,000 in our checking account and we normally have $2 million in our checking account, that would set out for red flag. Another red flag for me would be, hey, 400,000 of that 800,000 is frozen. That's another red flag. Then the last, which is a whopping red flag. Okay, let's go back to, we're getting emails saying we never received our check. And then we go through and see what checks were cashed, what was approved, the check that was associated, what was approved, and to go through a list was this cash in a amount of 700 checks that was not issued out or mailed out, and they were not cash. That's a big red flag. You don't need to be a forensic accountant for that. Have you guys ever seen the accountant? It had Ben Affleck in it. And he has some type of form of autism, and he had to crunch numbers, and he went into this major corporation before they went public, and he found out that they were saying that they was buying the product, and it was a shell corporation buying the product, and they was inflating the costs of, or the valuation of the company. That's the forensic accounting. That's what you need for that type of stuff. But I have a payments here. I send checks out, and the checks was never cashed. You don't have to be a rocket science to do that. You don't need a forensic accountant to say 600 checks we approved and they weren't cashed. And it's about $6 million worth of checks. What type of forensics do you need with that? That's just blatantly in your face. So right now, this guy is just talking. He thinks niggas are stupid. Because most, there's some white folks out there. But I guess he just think the village adult and people, personnel, or residents are stupid. We just going to tell these Negroes anything. And these residents anything. We just going to tell them anything. And we're going to make you look good. By the time I get done, they're going to be wishing that they elect you again. This is what he's getting paid for.
Money. When you do that, you are seeking political theater, and that is not in the interest of the people, especially.
And let me say this. I didn't agree with them hiring Lori Lightfoot. I agreed that they should have hired somebody, not necessarily Lori Lightfoot, because to me, if it looked like it was politicized at that point. Even though Lori Lightfoot had she probably has a lot of contacts because she was a attorney for the longest, but she found out that you're in the deficit. It was a high cost to find that out, but yeah, you was not mailing out the approved checks, and you were spending the money on unapproved items. Doesn't take a forensic accountant to recognize that. You committed fraud in front of everyone. The FBI doesn't need to hire a forensic accountant for the shit you did. You did stupid shit. So you win stupid prizes. And you probably going to win stupid prizes about 30 years in jail. Ask Kwame Kilpatrick. And he ain't even do the stuff that you did. He's not even touching what you did. You're far worse. I'm pretty sure they got her on kickbacks. They got her on fraud, all kinds of stuff. I hear she has a bunch of houses, not in her name, in somebody else's name. But the houses that they was trying to sell at auction, and Tiffany said, no, let our people get the properties, which is nothing wrong with that. But where's the properties at? It's about 50, 60 properties that's missing. Who owns those properties? Tiffany Henyard. She did something with them. This is all speculation. But I'm pretty sure the FBI is on your heels, and she has to say whatever makes you look good.
Not when they want to pay this failed former mayor tens of thousands of dollars of your money to do this evaluation. When you do that, it's not government. It's corruption. And that stops now. After Mayor Henyard was elected, it was the Board of Trustees that brought to Mayor Henyard a municipal expert, so they said. A so-called municipal expert. A man who was supposed to be knowledgeable at all levels regarding village financial resource management, among other things. His man was Keith Freeman. Keith Freeman was appointed by Mayor Henyard because the Board of Trustees said he was an expert. And she listened to Keith Freeman. She relied.
That's a lie. I have inside knowledge. The Board of Trustees did not find Keith Freeman. Keith Freeman, some mayor, and I think it was Robinsonville mayor or whatever, or another township mayor, said, hey, he needs a job, knowingly that he was full of shit at that job because he stole $90,000 at that other place. So the Board of Trustees, they didn't find Keith Freeman. Keith Freeman was, she's friends with some other mayor, and he said, oh, use Keith Freeman because he was trying to get rid of his problem. Had nothing to do with the Board of Trustees. They didn't even know Keith Freeman.
On Keith Freeman to manage the village finances. When he told her, this is how things are done, this is what mayors do, this is how we do things, she believed him. She trusted him. And when she realized that his actions were not in the interest of the people, that they were not on the lever, what did she do? She fired him.
Lie, lie, lie. You tried to fire him on a retaliation because he decided to work with the FBI. Why is this guy lying? He act like we just got here yesterday. We know more about the story than you do, guy. And you supposed to be the lawyer. Why is he lying? If he was such a bad person, why did she hire him at another at Thornton Township? And allow him to collect his money from the village of Dalton as a 1099 employee. If she didn't trust him, because she's lying and he's lying.
She terminated him. I sat here while she fired him in public after having already fired him in private. But since then, at every turn, she has had a problem. Mayor Henyard has the right to appoint, and she has the right to terminate. That's the law. That's the mayor's right. That's her power. Okay? That's her power.
If she had the right to just terminate somebody or just hire somebody, she wouldn't need the board approval. They don't need to take a vote. But that's the procedure. So why are you lying again? This guy is really getting on my nerves for lying so much. Shannon AZ, thank you for the super chat. Shannon said, off subject, reports of Georgia high school shooting. Yeah, I believe there were 2 victims. 4 people were, I guess, shot and 2 victims passed away. So we're going to send our prayers out to those families. Back on this lawyer. He's a liar. He's a liar.
But every time we turn around, the Board of Trustees has stepped in and they are insisting that this man, who has mismanaged village resources beyond belief, they insist that he's still employed. They are empowering to keep sending out these emails and pretending to be the village administrator. They insist on keeping a person that everybody agrees squandered and mismanaged.
No, reason why they agreed on him to stay in is because they're getting information from him. Keith Freeman has all the information. Since Tiffany Henyard is not smart enough to operate an email, that's why she always say, call me. Because you send in her email, she is probably just sitting there. She don't use the email. She probably have her administrator check her email. Keith Freeman was that guy. So he knows the ins and outs, all the secrets of Tiffany Henyard. So that's why he's still on. If he's still on, we don't know. The FBI probably said, yeah, you stay on and get all the information you can if you want to reduce your sentence. That's why he's still there.
Resources of this village. They want this corrupt individual to remain. Well, she has terminated him again and again and again. They have interfered with the mayor's power. They interfered with the mayor's executive power that only she maintained. And they don't get to do that. When they do that, when they get in the way and prevent her from terminating somebody that everybody agrees is a menace to this community, when they get in the way of that, they violate the law. And that stops. Now, governance, folks, is only successful if there is what everybody hears and everybody talks about, the balance of power. has powers as the executive. The board has powers as a legislative branch, and they are separate according to law. They are separate because only if both maintain their independence can we have fair governance. But when the board takes it upon itself to illegally take over the powers of the mayor, then there is no governance. All of the problems that I hear the folks up here from the various departments describing, those problems stem from the absence of governance. And the reason we have no governance in the village is because these powers are not separate. Because the Board of Trustees has taken it upon itself to try to take away the power of the mayor. This meeting is a perfect example of that. To cancel a regular meeting of this board, there are rules, folks. You don't get to make them up on your own whenever you feel like it because you don't like the mayor, or you want to make her look bad, or you want to exercise control and act like you're in charge. They're not in charge. The mayor's the executive. That's the law. There is a law. It is called the Open Meetings Act. Got it right here in front of me. Okay? The Open Meetings Act says, you know what you got to do to cancel one of these meetings? You got to give 10 days of notice. 10 days of notice to the public. Certainly notice to the mayor. You know what they did? They didn't give you any notice at all. One of the members of the board didn't even know.
You talking about Stan Brown that probably don't check his email and Tiffany Henyard that can't read. I'm pretty sure. How did all these other folks know and you didn't know? This is all charades. Tiffany Henyard knows she cannot appoint anyone as anything without getting board approval. And reason why that is because, hey, is it in our budget? Do we like this person? What are their credentials? You can't just hire somebody. It has to be board approved. The only thing that she's able, or who she's really able to appoint, is probably the chief, the fire chief and the police chief. But I think they still need to take a vote on that. She can't just fire somebody. Why do these systems exist if they're trying to take away your power? They exist for a reason. Because of tyrants like you, Tiffany. And this guy, he doesn't deal in government because he's just talking right now. And somebody's going to eat his ass up if he shows up to court talking this crap, because right now he's just talking. They're talking because there's no repercussions in regards to their lies. They're not under oath, so they could just lie frivolously and make shit up as they go. So that's what's happening now.
The mayor was not even contacted by the Board of Trustees. We had to find out through underground means what they were doing. That power to just cancel a meeting at the whim of the Board of Trustees is a power they do not possess. They claimed a power they do not possess. And that is the last thing you want in your legislature. The claiming of powers they do not have. That stops. Now, recently, the mayor's political opponent, her actual opponent, Jason House, started signing checks for the village. Signing his name as if he had the authority to write checks for your money to pay for things that he wanted to pay. Like their lawyer, who she refused to pay.
Well, that was judge ordered. So you're saying that it's unlawful. They sought an injunction on to take Tiffany Henyard after they found out that she was committing gross negligence or financial negligence with the city of Dalton's funds. They had this injunction and they won in court. So that's why he's able to sign checks. And this is why they do need a constitutional lawyer, because they're there to legislate. What is he saying? So now they're trying to spin like he's in court, or we're trying to switch the burden on the trustees or trustee house and make him look like the thief. In all actuality, he never had access to the checking account until recently. Those last 3 to 4 years, Tiffany Henyard has been on the checks and signing the checks. And reason why they had 2 signatures is because Tiffany Henyard was being irresponsible with the money. And she still is being irresponsible. So the court saw that they needed injunction against Tiffany Henyard for her not to have access because of her gross negligence. They wouldn't have ruled in their favor if she was doing right. This rarely doesn't happen. Tiffany is a strange case because of her gross negligence. You don't know how to properly manage money. And so she has Bo Brentley up here lying to the few people that showed up. And they're sitting there. I know they probably like, okay, what else lies you supposed to tell me?
Signed the checks as if he had that right, despite the fact that there is a court order that says only the mayor has that authority to put that signature in that place on those checks. He did it anyway because he wanted to. Because he decided he wants to be mayor now. He doesn't want to wait till the people speak. But folks, he don't get to do that, okay? He does not get to do that. This man somehow believes that he can hijack the office of the mayor and take it over before an election happens and before any votes are counted. Well, everybody think about that. Here's it, right? Think about that. When a political opponent takes over, hijacks the office of an elected official, what would you call it? What could it be called? It cannot be called anything but what it is. Political corruption of the worst kind.
I'm laughing because this is so unreal to me. This guy is really up here saying Jason House is the corrupt one and the board of trustees are the corrupt people when they had nothing to do with signing checks and sending out payments to people. They just approved the spending. And then Tiffany, these last 3 years, had all the access to the money, and she spent unapproved money, right? And she didn't send out the unapproved checks so she could spend her unapproved money. And you're calling Jason House corrupt, and he didn't have access to any of this. Does this make any sense? And Tiffany up here like smiling like, yeah, he's doing a good job. Tiffany's gonna, this is sad. I really think it's sad that Tiffany is really going down this route to say, oh, I'm right. Because, I wish the FBI would have stepped in by now and arrested her. I know they have enough evidence to arrest her. I can't believe they've been looking into Tiffany this long and don't have enough evidence to arrest her. But we're going to keep the faith out that Tiffany will be arrested before the election. But she's going on the route and saying that, oh, I'm right, look at me, I'm innocent. And there's nothing wrong with that. You got to claim your innocence. But right now, you look really crazy. You look really foolish right now because everybody knows the truth. Everyone knows. Even if you don't understand money, everybody knows that the village of Dalton is in a deficit, and it's because of you. Your negligence, and you don't know how to operate a city.
And it's happening. It's happening here in the village of Dalton. It's happening today with respect to this meeting. It's happening with a drawer full of checks that he signed and tried to pass off as legitimate checks, misappropriation of your money. And luckily, the mayor's been able to get a hold of and curtail. Folks, Mayor Henyard came into this office as someone with vision, with youth. And of course, the corollary to that is that she comes with a degree of inexperience. That's a fact. But Mayor Henyard may be young, Mayor Henyard may be inexperienced. But Jason House, the board of trustees, the lawyers who control them and pull the strings, none of those people should mistake the mayor's youth for weakness. Because Mayor Henyard will stand up to power. She always has. She always will. She will stand up against a political opponent who chooses personal ambition over the will of the people. She will stand up to a board of trustees that chooses illegality over order. And she will stand up to their power broker political system attorneys who choose bullying and intimidation over proper legal discourse. She has brought me here to make sure that that stops now. We are here to stand with the mayor and put a stop to all of it, and to make sure that nobody interferes with the will of the people who elected her to do this job. The people are the ones who decide. And with that, Mayor, let's get back to the business of the meeting.
Hey, y'all, this is Bo. It ain't so, Bo. He said a lot of great facts that you guys should really, really look at. Spoke from the heart. I appreciate that.
He's said a lot of great lies. Okay, we know they're all lies. So what are you talking about, Tiffany?
It's a lot of things going on, like I said, that y'all don't report, that y'all don't talk about. It's people like myself, it's people like staff up here that can tell you things, but you only on one side. So hopefully, moving forward, you will change your ways and come talk to us and get our side as well before you just put something on the news. Because again, y'all got a national platform, so people tend to believe what people say on a national platform. But yet y'all not understanding how you put us in jeopardy, our safety, our community. We have people that fly in from Washington, from Texas. Who's that means? They get up at podiums and say where they're from. They got an opinion about what's going on around you, even know half of it. They just talk about what they see on the news. So please, I'm asking for the Olive Branch once again to not post things that's not true, because you are putting myself, my teammates, also the staff and the residents in harm's way. Someone has to represent us, and they want their legislative council to represent us, Bert Otis, and right now he is not the village attorney, nor does the board have the power to appoint any lawyers to any other cases. But that's the strong army that I'm telling you about that they have been doing. This will all come out in the wash. But I just want to make it crystal clear of what's going on. And currently today, I am exercising my right, my executive branch, which is appointment power, to appoint Lakeside Legal, Miss Attorney Lockett. She's going to be our new counsel. Y'all give it up for her. Thank you so much. Welcome on board. My next appointment will be for village administrator. The next person that I'm going to appoint today, I'm not gonna come on up here, will be, you go to the podium. Michael Smith will be the new village administrator for the village of Dalton.
Mike Rogers said he supports
Why you
all
cut to a
restrictions
commercial?
on abortion.
Oh, hell no.
He backed
And the reason for Mike is he has a wealth of great information. He's a young person and ex-politician. He knows the laws like the back of his hand. I'm all about passing the baton and letting people come and show what they can do, especially here in our village. So welcome aboard, Mike Smith.
I'd like to thank the residents as well as the mayor. Look forward to working with each and every one of you guys to ensure that the village of Dalton is moving in a positive direction. Thank you.
All right, thank you. I look forward to seeing what you got to do. You're going to come shake your stuff up. I know you are. And when you teach them laws, they don't know the laws. Please do.
This nigga ain't no lawyer. Teach him what? How to be a pedophile? And steal gas cards? Steal gas cards. What is she talking about? Tiffany loves to dig herself in the hole. Tiffany is in the hole and she's digging down deeper. She's going to be at the earth crust in a minute. Like, what is wrong with this lady? Is this lady crazy? You guys, I can't believe she appointed Michael Smith.
Also, we have a assistant DA. I'm not going to announce the person. We're going to put their name out. But they, and I'm not going to say he or she, they will be doing a great job as well. They will be assisting Michael Smith along the way. So as you have, you guys, we have a new village attorney, and then we have a new village administrator. So to my staff, we're working on the emails because that's another individual that got threatened by the Board of Trustees. They sent a letter over to him saying that if he did not do what they said, that he will be terminated and he will be replaced within 24 hours or something like that. I have the letter news if you want the letter to advertise so you can see the bullying going on in my community by the Board of Trustees to the staff. So a lot of people are scared. So right now, tomorrow, the lawyer and the new VA get all that in order. So to my employees, just stay tuned. We will get the emails back up. We will make sure that you feel safe coming to work and that you don't feel like you're in a hostile environment. So I look forward to working with everybody. Anybody got any concerns, Michael Smith is in the back. You can start getting it to him right now so he can start addressing them tomorrow. And then if you got anything for the new attorney, please address her with any of your concerns as well. Thank you so much for coming out. I look forward to doing the state of address. That's going to be really epic. You're going to want to hear what I have to say about all the mess that's going on, all the evidence that I have, all the receipts that I have that I will showcase to you during that state of address. We will announce it, and then I know the media has been talking with Bo Brinley about upcoming things, so you can talk to him as relates to the state of address if you would like to cover that for your new station. So thank you again for coming out, residents. I look forward to this new movie. Thank you.
Can you guys believe that? Shout out to Critical Smoker. He sat through that torture. Keith Price is there too. Can you actually believe this? She appointed Michael Smith as the administrator. And he was fired from the other, he had to step down as the trustee because he was stealing gas cards. And they made him step down. Or he was stealing, not gas, was he stealing gas card? Or was he stealing gas? I don't know, but he was stealing gas. I can't believe this stuff. I can't believe it. Now, on Dalton's politics page, they're telling you to send make a complaint against Bo Brinley. They're trying to get a lot of people to start making a complaint against Bo Brinley because he's a fraud. Okay, he shouldn't be there. He shouldn't be there. They shouldn't give him any time to speak either. Let me see if I could leave this link in the... How can you... Okay, yeah, share. I'm about to put this link in there. So if you're on Facebook, they're saying to call and make this, or not even call. You could just send the email with this verbiage in it to make a complaint against Bo Brentley. They're saying that he's basically hijacking the village of Dalton. They're saying that Bo Brentley stated that the mayor may hire and fire when he was knowingly aware that the law ordinance exists, that the mayor fire and hire has to be approved by the Board of Trustees. Bo Brentley was knowingly complicit in holding an illegal meeting when the mayor and knowingly spoke at this illegal meeting held that the state attorney general issued a binding opinion is a violation of the open meetings law. Bo Brentley knowingly stated that the attorney Lori Lightfoot as a mayor committed financial malfeasance, which is unfounded, which it is, because he's saying that she was committed financial malfeasance when she was the mayor. Yeah, Lori Lightfoot, she did a lot of stuff, but financial crimes wasn't one of them. They was giving her a hard time because they said she had the police department knocking on doors. They said, "Oh, this is part of her politics or political campaign." But I haven't heard any stories. You guys put in the chat. Maybe I missed those stories that she was spending the Chicago's money frivolously or financial malfeasance as a mayor. I haven't heard that. Now, she did some other bullshit that nobody liked, but financial malfeasance wasn't one of them. Anyway, Bo Brentley knowingly stated that the trustees are trying to take away the power of the mayor. Bo Brentley knowingly overstepped his authority as he has not been approved as the village attorney. He is the mayor's personal attorney and should not be speaking at the village meetings. Hello, this is what I was saying. Why are you there? What are you saying? You're trying to talk. She gave him a platform and he's on the platform like he's part of the village, and you're not. You're her personal criminal attorney. You said you're not her criminal attorney. You are a criminal attorney. Bo Brentley knowingly stated that unfounded facts that my bad, I didn't mean to do that. Bo Brentley, I was just trying to enlarge it, stated that unfounded facts that our lead trustee, Jason House, misappropriated funds. You're just throwing that name out there. And I've wished Jason House, he probably needs to go on, number one, cease and desist. You need to stop spreading those lies because, hello, I actually manage finances as a job at a hospital. I think it's at a hospital. I'm a CFO or something like that. So I manage people's finances or the company's finances. And then you're saying these unfounded claims. This is defamation of character. Why are you saying this to the people? So I hope Jason House acquires an attorney so he could stop that. And especially he's trying to run for office and you're spreading these lies. And when the facts shows that it was voted that Jason House will operate as the mayor pro temp. And yes, he was voted in as the mayor pro temp when the mayor doesn't hold her duty. So remember in one of those special board meetings, because Tiffany Henyard locked him out of the meeting. This was probably back in May. It might have been March or April. It was earlier this year. Tiffany Henyard, if she doesn't want to do her duty, well, we need somebody that's going to fill in for her. And they voted him as mayor pro tem. Okay. And I think this was the same time when they brought in Lori Lightfoot. Bro Brentley knowingly misstated that the mayor is young. She is 41 years old. You're not young. You're middle age, but you're not young. In conclusion, it's concerning that an attorney is supposed to uphold the law and the ethics, but in this is knowingly and willingly assisting with breaking the law. I ask that he is sanctioned. I request that you keep me informed of the investigation and outcomes. The following are the links to support and show Bo Brentley's unethical conduct. So all you got to do is copy and paste this and send it into this email. Okay, that's all you got to do. I was trying to copy and paste it and send it to the email. Let me see if I can do it right now. So, you know, it's like I said, it's unfortunate that the village of Dalton is, you know, you think since the information came out with Lori Lightfoot, Tiffany would kind of back up, because I will feel ashamed. I'm very ashamed that I let the village of Dalton get in such disarray, in such financial disaster. And she has no shame. She has no, I guess, she's not trying to hold herself accountable. Whatever you want to call it. Tiffany is not, she's not going to humble herself and say, yeah, I did some wrong. My bad. She's not going to say any of that. She's going to keep on acting like nothing happened. Nothing happened. Joseph says, you can't make this up. It's all lies. What's wrong with her? I bet if the trustees were there, that lawyer would have never spoken up. Exactly. No Way House is certified. Certified for what? Did he or her say he's the new village attorney? He's not the new village attorney. The girl that was sitting on the side, she's the new village attorney. Let me show it to you. This is the new village attorney. This is Tiffany's attorney, her criminal lawyer. My dog Rex, I'm assuming that you're a troll. House approved village spending for 3 years without a valid CAFR. What is that? What is a CAFR? He's the board elected trustee. What are you saying? They took a vote. If they vote on that spending, that was approved. It has to be a majority vote. So a CAFR, I'm not for sure what you're saying, my dog Rex, but we come on now. Let's get real. Cassandra Jones said, I thought the trustees had to do with the hiring. Yeah, hiring and firing, it has to be board approved. She can't just hire anybody. All Eyes on Me is saying 1,000 says that the assistant will be Keith Price. See, you was wrong. It's Michael Smith, her old boyfriend. Her old boo. Cher said Keith gonna be telling Mike, get out of my chair, LOL. She's a maniac. Cassandra no, she can't. Keith is still the village administrator because the board of trustee did not approve his firing. She cannot hire and fire without the board approval. Sheriff saying the last two meetings, the board or the trustees are not showing up. Something is about to happen. Tiffany calls these special board meetings. That's the Thornton Township that you're speaking of. That was a special board meeting that she was trying to get approval for last minute spending since they put out that resolution. And so she wanted her events that happened this past weekend approved. And that's why they didn't, I don't know why they didn't show up, but it was kind of last minute. They wanted some stuff approved and they didn't. But this particular meeting, she's saying that she did not receive notice of the cancellation. And that's why they didn't show up. They canceled the meeting. They put out this notice. I saw the notice. But you know what, to tell the truth, I didn't see the notice until Monday. So, but I'm pretty sure if you're in the village of Dalton, I'm pretty sure they sent out emails. So I'm not for sure if she didn't get the email or the memo. Tony Joy is saying this meeting is about a gross at dude in the blues jacket. This meeting is about as gross as a dude in a boy's blues jacket. Okay. Anybody's clapping in bingo winners. Yeah, they're clapping. They were clapping like, this was like, oh, this is a great thing. Oh, congratulations. Like, come on now. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. As much as they lying. Okay, my dog Rex said it's required certified annual financial report as required by the federal law. Well, are you talking about that, when Lori Lightfoot mentioned that they haven't did the annual report, financial annual report to submit to the state? That's not trustees' responsibility. That's the mayor's responsibility and her administrator. Whoever was the administrator, they're supposed to keep up with that. And I think they have to file an annual report annually on what they spent their money on. I believe that's what you're talking about. Just because now maybe you're confused of trustee's house role at the village of Dalton. He's an accountant or a chief financial officer at his day job. He's the actual elected trustee, a legislative for the village of Dalton. And number two, he was not over the financial committee. So if anything, if you're saying, if it was the board's responsibility to submit this certified annual financial report, if that's what you're saying, that would have been Stan Brown. Stan Brown was over the financial committee for the last 3 years until recently. I don't know if they kicked him off, but since they found out that, he didn't have no kahuna standing up against, Tiffany Henyard, I guess he's no longer, or if he stepped down to be the head of the committee. But the two financial officers, that's actual financial officers that have CPAs, which is Belcher and Trustee House, they were not on the financial committee. But the financial committee, they're not responsible for the certified annual financial report for the city. That's the administrator job. So yeah, you got it mixed up. All eyes on me. No, she said Michael Smith was going to have an assistant and he's too incompetent to do the job alone. Did Michael Smith graduate from college? I don't think so. He didn't graduate. He's lying. He probably graduated from that college that's closed. And he's saying he graduated from the college because nobody could look up the records. Chris is saying the lawyer just shot his law license down the toilet. You can't go around defaming people like the trustees with no proof. He done boy man cooked. Yeah, he's cooked. His goose is cooked. Joseph is saying Michael Smith is going to be connecting the dots. Hello. Who's paying for these lawyers? Hopefully Tiffany is paying for Bo Brentley out of pocket. Now, the village attorney that's supposed to represent them in the lawsuits, that would come from the village. They do need an attorney. Now, they have to have an attorney. What should have happened, Tiffany probably maybe was referred this attorney. And what should have happened, yeah, we need an attorney represented us. And she should have sent the email to these, the trustees. Hey, I'm looking at this attorney. How about this person? And then the attorney, because this is why the trustees exist, because the trustees will go and look to see what the records of this trustee is. And, if this person has no experience in defending cities in their legal allegations, why would they hire her? So I'm pretty sure they want somebody experienced so they could cut costs to get the costs down when they get these lawsuits. And some of these lawsuits, they're probably going to be settled because all these lawsuits that's been incurred since Tiffany is since she's been in office, they're probably legitimate lawsuits. They have several employee lawsuits against them, and then other lawsuits because of the police department and stuff like that. Rick is saying it's a super mess. Yeah, Super Tiffany is super messy. Price will be Michael Smith's attorney. How can he? So he has 3 jobs. You're the administrator at the Thornton Township, the food person. That's 2 full-time jobs. Then you're going to be like maybe part-time working here. So he's collecting 3 paychecks. Let me find out Michael's, what's his name? Keith Price is committing bankruptcy fraud because for some reason they love filing bankruptcy. They love doing that. They got all these paychecks, but they can't manage their money. Tony Joy said, make sure you hit the likes button, everybody. Thank you, Tony. Yeah, the guy in the end that got up and was scratching his privates like crazy. I'm surprised no one caught that. I didn't see it. I will go back, but I don't want to see it seems like why would I want to watch that? It wasn't an official meeting, so the lawyer could speak. Okay, Keithus, thank you for bringing that to our attention. Cher is saying, Tony, wasn't that the Public Works rapper dude? No, that's the Carol. He's on the other side. He is sitting down at the top. Look up CAFR. The report disclosed the municipality finances. House has never referred to a CAFR concerning financial matters. My dog Rex, you're putting the ownership on House, and I'm just saying, like, I don't know where you're going with this. It's like Tiffany is responsible for the township or the village of Dalton demise. financial reports, whatever. They know they're supposed to submit. I'm assuming that you're talking about this same financial report. They know they're supposed to submit a financial report, but that's not trustee's house obligation to do that. He's a trustee. The obligation is on the administrator and Tiffany Henyard. There's not even a financial department in Dalton. And, I'm sorry, yeah. Administrator Tiffany Henyard and the financial, what was Tangenique Miller? That would be her obligation to do that. You know, she is responsible for the accounting in the village of Dalton. The trustees are responsible for the spending. Okay, yeah, we approve for this spending. This is good for this spending. But as it pertains to a reporting, financial reporting, that's on the ownership of the administration department, not the trustees. My dog Rex is a public document. The trustees cannot claim financial ignorance. They're not claiming financial ignorance. Well, my dog Rex, I'm not going to talk to you anymore because it's seemingly we having a communication problem. Maybe you talking about one thing and I'm talking about another. I know you probably love Tiffany for some odd reason. We're talking about totally two different things, I think. I think our line of communication is broken because we're not communicating effectively. You're saying one thing, I'm saying another thing, and maybe we're talking about two different things. Wanda is saying not the allegations, and Bert Oderson and McGrath are still the village attorneys. Mr. Dots is the village administrator now. Why do you guys call him Mr. Dots? You got to refresh my memory. Sherrod says, Chawanne, did you see the video of the trustee attorney saying that she closed Dalton bank accounts Friday? She did. She doesn't have the authority to do that. I'm wondering what happened to the money. Did she close it and take out the money? Tiffany is off the chain. But Wanda said Tangenique Miller is 90% of all these problems. Yeah, and Tangenique Miller has been absent. She was the financial manager. That's what you call her, the financial manager of the village, and she's gone. Where is Tangenique Miller? Does anybody know? Somebody put in the chat. Do you guys know where Tangenique Miller is? Anger management, it means connect the dots. Oh, dots. Because they're spelling dots wrong. Oh yeah, I remember that post he put, connect the dots. He was trying to be smart about it and he spelled dots wrong. Okay. Yeah, I remember that. All eyes on me. Michael Smith is one who said connect the dots and spell dots. Dots like the candy, right? Isn't dots like the candy is spelled that way? That's hilarious. This ninja, Michael Smith, spelled dots at that board meetings. And guess what? He's the administrator. He's sending out emails and hiring people and spelling dots wrong. Oh my goodness. Let me just see anybody else posted up. I'm just trying to read some of this stuff. This is a good post. Mara posted, "Hey, Super Mayor, if any village employee are feeling fear surrounding having communications with you, it's surely not because of the trustees. It's because of the alphabet people are investigating you. They do not want to go down or get tangled in the mess you single-handedly created, allegedly, in Minecraft." In my opinion, just saying. In my opinion, just saying. So I would like to see they blocked Jedediah from Dalton's page. It says, "Ken, tell me what the F Jedediah has done for me. You're obviously speaking off the opinion, not facts, until you're out here arms locked in with me, mine, trying to fight these people for justice. Don't type my effing name for S, cause how I see you ain't did shit either." Okay, so this is why I hate, you know, for some reason, black folks, Jedediah was called into the village of Dalton, for a specific reason, in particular for Nia Dukes, and how they was treating Fania Dukes in the village of Dalton. And he exposed a lot of things that came along with it. It seems like you're turning the tables on him. It's like, okay, maybe you didn't agree with his tactics. What's going on? I'm not for sure what's going on with that, but anyway, no good deed goes unpunished. That's what I would say about that. So Hannibal is hungry. He said Mayor is under investigation and things are spiraling out of control. Her attorney, Bo Brentley, made several false statements in the recent illegal village board meeting. Folks who are concerned should contact the ARDC, the Attorney Registration and Disciplinary Commission. It is an organization in Illinois that handles the registration and discipline of attorneys in the state. The ARDC investigates complaints of unethical conduct by lawyers and takes disciplinary actions when necessary, such as suspension or disbarment. If someone wants to file an ethics complaint against a lawyer in Illinois, they will typically do so through the ARDC. And he says, simply send a short email to the ethics board to talk about Brentley misrepresented the mayor authority on hiring and firing, making false statements. He is participating in illegal meeting violations, open meeting laws. Okay. So Hannibal posted that. I don't know if he posted that on his Facebook page or YouTube page. But, I'll put it up. I'll put a post up if you guys want to send that out so you can have it. Also, later on tomorrow we'll be, tuning in for live. And next week I'm starting my other podcast on my other channel. It's called Unpopular Opinion. I do have a co-host, super producer. That's what she's going by. But I will later tomorrow, I will be able to tell you the exact time. It's going to be a morning show, about 30 to 45 minutes. Here is the channel. Let me just share the channel with you. So if you guys are not subscribed to that channel, you want to do so. And I'm excited about it. We'll be talking about politics and cultural events on this channel. Okay, politics and culture events, and we're planning to do more likely 3 days out of the week. I'm pushing for Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, probably from 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time to like 10:30, something like that. So you guys, I really appreciate every single last one of you. Thank you for tuning in. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to this channel. I have another video dropping this evening in regards to California reparations. That bill was up, and the Democratic Party blocked the bill. They didn't want to put it on the floor. You guys know how I feel about reparations if you follow me. I think it's just used as a tool to get your vote. Democrats don't mean to give you shit. They just want your vote. You know, they dangle this carrot stick in front of your face saying, oh, we're going to research into reparations. And they don't put the bill up. They had the time and they had the bill written. They had the support, and they failed to present the bill in California. Now, we talked about that a couple of days ago. So that video is dropping. Also, I had a new video that dropped in regards to, let me just pull that up while I'm talking to you guys. In regards to Chawanne Burns, Roland Martin, he just had a video. Where is this? This is the video. It's called Zesty Algorithm. I dropped that at midnight last night. I was so tired editing too. But anyway, this video is about Roland Martin was doing a live stream a couple of days ago, and they didn't edit the part where a booty came up. A booty came up, and he got mad at everybody, saying, oh, you know, you don't know what's going to come up on your stream. No, you know, if you look at certain things, if I just show you my YouTube page, it's going to show you thumbnails of what type of stuff that I look at. And hey, if you looking at booty, you looking at booty because it's based off my algorithm. If a booty come up, it's probably because I looked at a butt. Okay. And it was a man's butt. So that video is out. You guys take a look at that video. It's quite funny. I thought it was hilarious. Something to laugh about. Okay. And then next month, I have several videos dropping. I'm going to start dropping business type topics on this channel because I do talk about business credit, and all that other good stuff. So just stay tuned. I got a lot of stuff. I'm really excited of the way that this channel is going. Oh, and another thing, you guys, I just reached 38,000 subscribers. It's been a long haul, but I reached that this afternoon just before I went online. So shout out to all the support, even the people that are just tune in for the hate. Shout out to you. Leave a comment, subscribe if you want to. If you want to tune in every day and hate me, that's good because you don't you don't like my political views. That's good. I'm glad. I'm here for it. And then those other supporters, my what is it called? Moderators. Lord have mercy. My moderators, the people that actually support the channels, the people that are actually subscribed, my channel members. I really appreciate every single last one of you. YouTube is a hard game, but you know, I enjoy it. I truly enjoy it. Sometimes it gets discouraging, but overall, I like what I'm doing. I enjoy, giving people information. Sometimes I do get opinionated on things, but I try to be neutral in my commentary. But you guys, I really appreciate every single last one of you. Okay. So stay tuned tomorrow. Tomorrow about the same time, we'll be going live, and I'm sending all my good to you. I will talk to you tomorrow.